Okay.
The only thing that I have to say about the case and the whole situation is I believe the young lady was maybe like 15, 16.
15, and then this nigga's like this, bro. She was clearly 13. He don't know what the fuck. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. You have no information on this topic at hand, but you still gonna hop on the internet and then proceed to propagate some shit that's not true. I think she was 15. She died before the age of 14, brother. She was 13 years old and dead. You hear me? Died right before her birthday. You hear me? And he gonna age her up 2 years. I think she was 15, bro. You niggas, you niggas. What it do, man? It's your boy Petro, man. Ain't been back for a little while. Took the weekend off, man. Had to get my mind right. Sleep schedule cooked. Sleep schedule completely cooked. What is cool. So, you know what I'm saying? We back with the part 2. You know what I'm saying? The crazy David body cam footage. I don't know if it's the body cam footage, but it's Trap Lord Ross explaining what he seen in court. You know what I'm saying? This part 2 of what we had going on the other day. So before we take off and start the video, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and grab your popcorn, roll your you know what I'm saying, get you your drink, take you and your people sit down, get your kids, get your people, get them in front of the TV screen and get ready for this crazy and we straight to it, man. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, I appreciate it. Alright, yeah, we'll get right back into it, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it's so crazy that David went out here and did this to this little girl, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's real gut wrenching to watch, for real. I ain't gonna lie. Knowing that this girl was under the age of 14, died at 13. This is a little girl. It's just real weird, you know. It don't really make too much sense why somebody would go do something like this. I guess it's what this whole case is gonna be about, bro. Like, what was the whole? I mean, we gonna find out why. You know, we gonna watch some more videos. I'm seeing little things here and there. That's a sick dude, but you know what possesses people, like what in their body just make them want to do something so foul, you know. Like, it's real weird. Some real sick people out here though. So we'll get straight back into it though. We probably got like another 20 minutes on it. Then we'll catch another one and see what he's saying a little further down in the future.
Allegedly, according to David, they'd only met one time in person. So the cop said that in his opinion, when he was on the scene, he felt like David didn't really know her. He believed David when he said he didn't really know her, and confirmed that David would be showing pictures of her on his phone, including
was on
a yearbook photo,
like a
yearbook style photo, and basically, apparently it had other kids around it with her name, and they showed the screenshot of him showing the image on his phone to the officers, quite literally, and they also said that David showed the missing persons flyer. Now, this was really interesting because essentially, what's really odd about that is that we saw the body cam footage of the police pulling up and talking to him, and it didn't go down the way I expected. I'm not trying to give David bail or give David a positive spin on this, but it sounded when we heard second hand
feel like seeing at the court hearing, bro.
Brought up in the trial as, you know, they came to the house and they warned David and said, you know, you're messing with a 13-year-old girl, but it didn't play out like that. The way that
13 is crazy, bro. When I was 14 years old, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't wanna mess with no 13-year-old girl, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was a young man. The older girls, 14 plus, my age plus, you know what I'm saying? We got a year, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I got a shorty. My limit is 2 up, 2 down. That's it. And you barely doing that. That made me feel uncomfortable. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. 18 to 13? They need to take you out back. I ain't gonna hit you with that, you know what I mean? And just end it all. Because this is crazy. And you niggas be knowing, I don't know what it is. Probably that control that people be looking for. You know what I'm saying? Come on, yeah, you know. I mean, that's the control that everybody be looking for, bro. And weirdos like that, you know. I never understood it. I never understand it, you know, but fuck.
played out was, I'll play by play explain to you exactly what happened piece by piece. But at this point, they were describing what's happening in the upcoming body cam before they'd actually shown it. But essentially, what happened then was, you know, they kind of went into the property and they were being pretty nice to David, a little bit suspicious. He was being very cooperative. I would say a little bit too cooperative. He was talking a little bit too fast. But the
That's
cops
cool.
said
This
outright
red
they
backdrop
believed
is
that
killing
he
me,
didn't
bro.
really know this girl, that he didn't really know much about her, didn't really know what was going on with her. He even showed them the missing persons poster. So David was wearing like a brown bonnet, and you've seen this guy.
And it's like, bro, I'm telling y'all, these performers had niggas, he'll come in a brown bonnet. It looks soft. I can never do something like that in a bonnet. Bro, you not slick. You're done. You're cooked. You going under the jail, nigga.
A bonnet so many times. I can't lie, the bonnet's not helping this situation. But basically, it was that yearbook picture of Celeste that was shown.
Wait till I get my soundboard on here. I get my soundboard on here. It's over for y'all
missing
niggas.
persons post that we've kind of seen
It's over for
a
y'all,
lot of
I
times. So let me see if I can find you the exact one. So this was the exact missing persons poster that they showed in court. I actually wrote down.
Yikes. So these Rebus was last seen 2/14. Please call. Age 13. Damn. 5'3", 120. That's tough.
So he showed them this. It didn't have this bit at the bottom where it says age 13,
Lake Elsinore, California.
height and weight. So I think this was an updated version of the poster that was shared in June. But this top half of the poster, so everything above where it says her name, and I just wrote in my notes, it was her on a blue background and the red background and then a plain background in the hoodie. I basically explained that.
Bro, you gotta be a crazy.
I basically wrote down
pay
in my
attention to
notes
crazy
what
detail
missing
as a
persons
reporter,
was,
bro.
so I
That
could go
shit
back and find it on
just
memory. So this is
in
what
my head.
David showed on his phone to the officers. Said, "Oh, I've seen this missing poster of her going around." And so he was there in his sort of his brown bonnet, basically showing them this. So the cop says he informed David that she was 13. Now, when we actually saw the footage, it wasn't quite as cut and dry as we thought. So both of the cops searched David's house.
You're probably gonna drop the body
They were like, "Can we
cam."
have a look around?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, completely." He was completely cooperative through and through, to be honest with you. So the cops said that when they searched the house, they were looking for any proof that a female had been there. They said they were looking for makeup, hygiene products. They said that they didn't find any of that stuff, but they did say David had a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff, which they thought was maybe a little bit sus. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I got a few Hello Kitty pieces of my own knocking around, all right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's cute, all right? I don't want to compare myself to David now. Having a little bit of Hello Kitty merch in your house that a girl's left behind, or you've brought a little, you know what I'm saying?
Get a little Hello Kitty keychain or something.
Because it's cute. Like, I bought a Hello Kitty plushie from the Hello Kitty Chucky little horror zombie plushie from Universal last time I went there. I just thought it was cute, fun little throw pillow. Got that on my couch, okay? Now, that's not proof of a crime, but the officers did say that was the only thing. They didn't find any makeup, they didn't find any hygiene products, no feminine products in the house. All there was a bit of Hello Kitty merch, and that's not probable cause to believe anything, right? Might be a little bit cringe, all right, and I'll admit that, but it is not proof of anything. So David explained to them it was an artist home. Lots of people come and go from this building. People come here to record. And the cop actually reached out and spoke with the Riverside sheriffs during the search. So the sheriff's office from Riverside that actually got them to go around there and have this conversation, they were in touch, and they did speak in separate kind of conversations to the officer that was there. And you know, David kind of, I'm not gonna lie, David was like bigging himself up a bit. He was explaining, yeah, I'm an indie pop artist, I'm a singer. Like, the cops had never heard of him before. There was like a lady deputy that was there that was sort of talking to sort of sweet talking David, while the other cop was sort of doing the search. And David's kind of like, yeah, I'm an indie pop singer. Yeah, you can look me up. Yeah, I just came back from Australia on tour. He kind of like, he fluffing himself up a bit. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? So they both were wearing body-worn video cameras, and we did see the body cam footage in full. They took photos of David's ID and the photos of Celeste from his phone. So Beth basically presented the full DVD of the body-worn video. So all of this was basically an explanation of what we were about to see. And then Beth basically said, let's load up the DVD. It's 10.5 minutes, and here's the transcript. Let's watch the whole thing. So they loaded it up, and we watched the whole body cam footage in the courtroom. So I'll explain to you play by play how that body cam played out. And I wonder one day that'll probably get freedom of information requested and put out to the public. Probably not for many years, but this is what I saw. It was nighttime, so the cops pulled up to that property with torches. They're shining torches. It looked pretty spooky, to be honest with you.
Torches.
In LA at February,
Let me cut my torch on.
So they answered the call. David said, "Oh, I've been on the phone with the cops," and they said straight up, they said, "Is Celeste here?" And it was like the way that they started. It sounded like they was going to play hardball with him. It's like, "Oh yeah, how you doing? Yeah, is Celeste here?" And then he's like, "Nah." He said, they just last spoke when I was in Australia. He was like, I was out the country. I just got back from Australia. I was on tour.
Why are you talking to a 13-year-old girl? You're 20. we're finna look into this guy. Even though it was already a fed case, I'm like, yeah, you're done. But nigga, what? How old are you again, sir? What is the point of you having communication with a 13-year-old girl? When was the last time you spoke to her? Before you went on tour? Let's be real, bro.
Others to begin with, and then he gets a little bit more confidence.
Handcuff this nigga
as
right now.
The interaction goes on. I'd say David spoke very fast in the body cam footage. They're asking him questions like, "When did you last speak?" He's like, "Oh, last week." Or
sound like Boomhauer.
He had spoken to her last on the 13th of February. Again, he had that information ready to go. Quick time answer. 13th of February. Like, he was quick time with the answer. So he explained to them that they met at the
Why you so quick with the answer? You ain't have to think about it. If you ain't really running, man, I don't know when the fuck I talked to her. You real? I talked to her December 31st. Oh, you got an alibi? Yeah, done.
End of 2021 on Discord said outright it was like a video game chat room, and that they'd continue to communicate on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, but mainly on Discord. That's where they met specifically, on Discord through a video game chat room. They basically asked him if he has any tattoos. And I didn't actually hear the response to that. David even offers the cop like a drink from his fridge, and they're not interested. They basically ask him for their cell phone number.
PDF file.
He gives several numbers.
You put your lips on little girls and shit. Why the hell would I want to eat from your house? And there's people out there that would have did it. You know what I'm saying? This is a separate tangent from the people that don't even got no hygiene. It's out here kissing randoms. Man, you gonna get that big H. Like I was talking about in my last video. You keep sitting out here kissing and playing in people, crib and food and sleeping on everybody's couch. You're gonna end up with that big H and booty bumps. I swear to God.
For her. And then basically says, look, the only time I ever met her was on November the 12th, 2023.
November.
At the beach.
You was too specific, dude. November 12th, 2023. What? Weird.
And he said an address where the beach was, where he met them. Again, he had all this information ready to go, straight off the top. So he gave like a more recent phone number for her. He's like, oh, this is the last number I communicated with her on. And he was being very cooperative. Now, knowing what we know now, it's easy to be more suspicious. But at the time, the cops possibly just thought, look, this guy's super cooperative. He's given all the info. He's probably worried about her. Probably thinks he's in some weird shit, even having an interaction with this girl. And he says, oh, I've got a picture of her. I can show you a picture. If you're looking for her, she's missing, I'll show you a picture of her. He was quick on his feet with it. So, notably, throughout the property, there's recording plaques, like, you know, million record sold, platinum record, gold record plaques, all over the wall. Not necessarily all.
Why, bro? They're probably walking through his crib like, what the fuck? Why the hell are we in here for this? And this dude got all these gold plaques, got all these diamond, whatever the hell. I don't know if you know what diamond, but why would he do something like this? This is a weird young man. He got any girl he could pick from. Why would he?
But I did see plaques of artwork that clearly was not artwork that I've ever seen from his catalogue, especially not that early in his career in February of 2024. So from there, he explained, we met a couple of years ago. We spoke on and off. They asked if she knows if
What are you speaking on and off to a 13-year-old for, sir? You're an indie pop star, sir. Like, give me a good reason. I'm 25. I can't give you a good reason. I'm in a room with a 13-year-old besides being in a room with one of my little cousins.
Frequents the area, and he was sort of like, oh,
I know weird shit. Like, it's like I can't sit in a room with a 13-year-old. But why am I? We have no common ground.
When they said,
like,
do you know if she frequents this area in West Hollywood? He's like, oh, no, I don't know. That was sort
talking
of
about
like
skipping the toilet
where he was looking a bit sus and a bit scared, because to be honest, he probably didn't know how to answer that one. He probably didn't think of that one, because it's like, sounds like she did frequent the area. It sounds like she frequented a couple of them properties. So I feel like that was one where he was like not prepared for that, but it flew under the radar. So David said outright, oh, she told me she was 18. That's what he said.
She told me. You already trying to, defend. She told me she was 18. Oh, 18? You know what's funny, bro? When it comes to these PDF files, they're always like, she told me she was 18. She ain't none of these kids ain't never said she was 21, 22, 23. She told me she was 23, bro. She told me she was 20. She told me she was 21, bro. She told me she was 22, bro. It's always 18. She told me she's 18. She told me she's 18. You go to jail, nigga. We finna beat your ass, nigga.
And then he said to the cops, he said this, he volunteered this information. People have been telling me she's 13, but she said she's 18.
She said she was 18. If people told me she was 13 though, but I just had to see it for myself. Weird ammo.
And so he basically said, yeah, they're saying that the yearbook picture that I've got on my phone was taken a year before, like, I met her. And so I'm thinking, he didn't say this, but it's like he was sort of inferring. It's like, oh, she told me she was 18, and this yearbook picture of hers going around, and I heard it was taken a year before, and like maybe that was 17. He doesn't say 17, but that's sort of what he's inferring. So he basically says he's tried to contact her. The phone is dead. At one point, he even said, "Oh, this is like a movie," which is fucking crazy because it's like a movie. Watching him go through it in trial, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm sure it will be.
It's like a movie. You not slick. You going to jail. You take sweet talk to us, boy. You killed that little girl. I'll be sitting in that house staring at this nigga. Staring. Boy, you nigga, actually, I'm come across your mother. Boy, you crazy. Trying to sit here sweet talk me, man. We are in here for a murder of a 13-year-old child. Talking about this is like a movie. I'm finna get ready to stuff your head into a toilet. I know she's here. Hey, my partner. Yeah, we not too fond of it. He has a 13-year-old daughter at home. Oh God, I'm starting to feel unsafe with you on the streets. Oh God, I'm starting to feel like we gotta take justice into our own hands in GTA. You hear me? Fuck.
But basically, he says the last time they spoke was February the 12th. And so, excuse me if I got that wrong. So I think I said the 13th earlier. But he said he got back from Australia on February the 13th. But he said they last spoke on February the 12th. I actually think perhaps it was the cop that misspoke in the preamble. Because I'm reading that from my notes, but I think maybe the cop said that. But regardless, I've written it down here definitively. David said in the body cam footage, they last spoke on February the 12th. She basically says they were in a group chat together. Tells the lady cop his artist name David, Dv4d. He's sort of boasting a little bit. He's like, yeah, I've been touring around the world, just got back from Australia, all this kind of stuff.
Wait, okay, I thought he's doing that with her. I'm sure he was doing
it with her.
She's been
missing since February the 14th. She says they need to look and see if there's any sign that she's been in the property. David admitted there was alcohol in his fridge, said he had beers in the fridge, and the cops were like, look, we don't care about that. That's not what we're here about. Like, don't worry about it. That's not a big deal. And David's kind of like distracting him a little bit, giving him a little bit of career background, saying he makes all indie pop music. This is like his home studio. It's like an artist house. A bunch of people record there. So that was really interesting, right? So the property had a home studio. It had like a little, if you've ever been to somebody that records music's house, or you ever recorded your own music, you know, like a little desk, mixer, computer, microphone, just your standard home studio setup. It didn't look like a super professional studio with like a sound booth or anything like that. It looked like a decent house that one of the rooms had a studio in it, and people were just living there, trapping music out of it, basically. So they looked around. It was a normal looking bedroom, and if I'm honest with you, when I saw the bedroom, I did think it looked a little bit like the bedroom that we saw David giving the Valentine's gifts to on February the 14th. So I might just pull that up real quick and compare and see if this looks like what I saw in the body cam. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you folks, I'm actually very irritated because I could not find this video for, like, I don't even want to know how long. That must have been at least half an hour just looking for this one video, alright? The poster that put it up was deleted. I only found it when I found it in my own video. This new David update is disturbing, oopsie, from 8 months ago, alright? So just in case you need this important evidence, alright, basically, this is it, alright? This is where it is. Right, and this was the original Reddit post. But this kind of tells a different story. I'm not going to lie. All right? Let me look.
What? Oh my gosh. This is what this... Bro. What are you doing this for a 13-year-old little girl, bro? What do you gain from this? This nigga is the ultimate performer, bro. I'm telling you. You're the ultimate performer. A ring of money, a heart full of money, and I'm assuming this bread right here in the middle, too. Talking about some wet. Wet, bro, you're a sick human being. This is a little girl. You're a weirdo. And I just gotta keep reiterating this, because it's like, what more can you say besides take this nigga out back like, oh yeah, and give him one to the back of the dome in GTA. He fall, it's over. You hear me? Oh God. And we just gonna drop him in the ocean like Osama bin Laden. We're gonna take your ass about 40 miles offshore and drop you 40 miles from the Gulf Coast, Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico. Go back, drop this nigga body, bro. Like, what is going on? Put him, I don't know, in GTA, bro. This is sick. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They think you actually did this?
And listen, oh, lame ass nigga. Look, boy, performative. What do you got going on with your pants? Big, stupid, goofy afro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I had a fro growing up, but nigga, what is this? And then she just so excited. Oh my God. Because she's a little girl. She don't know nothing. She's easily impressed. Because girls his age, they're not going. Hellcat, Trackhawk, Birkin bag. Yeah, we want a section in the club, nigga. Yeah, section costs $2,200. Yeah, and then we want a bottle that's gonna cost $400. But you an indie pop star, so now that I sit here and think about it, I don't really understand what your issue is. You're going on tour, like, this is crazy work.
I can't say for sure.
Oh my gosh. They think you actually did.
This does look like the room from the body cam footage. I'm not gonna lie to you. This does actually look like the bedroom from the body cam footage.
He in there all on the bed talking about some wet. Bro, what? Wait, what?
Gosh. They think you actually did this? Nice.
So that was allegedly on Valentine's Day 2024, okay? Days before the body cam footage was recorded and David was interviewed at that house. All right, I've just looked it up. It's the same house. So the same house where
same
we
room.
saw, and I've had to move. I've shifted this up so I don't get in trouble or showing you this location. You can't see the address currently, okay? But that's the same. This is the same bedroom, all right? And this is the same place the body cam footage was recorded. Same pictures
That's
on the wall.
weird,
All right.
that's so trifling, bro. That's so sad.
Same spot. Same weather. So he's there giving Valentine's gifts on the 14th. I don't even know if the prosecutors have this, right? But it's like, it's all adding up. So the body cam footage that we've seen is the exact same spot where this Valentine's handover took place. Okay? It's a fact. It is what it is. Anyway, let me get back to what I was doing because that was a mad distraction.
Real eerie
Okay,
seeing
so
all this shit.
obviously, I got a little bit sidetracked there looking into that Valentine's Day post, but I knew that I'd seen that room somewhere and I was correct. But anyway, David from there basically goes on to say her missing poster is everywhere. In Riverside, and basically says they only met one time. He doesn't usually meet online friends, but met her once at the beach.
What are you, 20-some fucking years old? Meet up with a 13-year-old girl for? We need to bury him alive in Grand Theft Auto. And just drop the key, walk off, go out to lunch. Forever. Leave a nigga. You hear me? What the fuck? He's weird. And then, it's always gonna be a weirdo. Like, I wish I had more. If I had more content, bro, I really show niggas supporting David. You know what I'm saying? Like, David sympathy. Fuck. Actually. Oh, God, we just had to come back to this shit. Because this is crazy, bro. I don't even have to have seen this on my TL to know that, bro, there's a group of people out here that are going to sympathize with this weird-ass nigga, bro. What a deplorable person. A PDF file, you hear me? You hear me? Look, like, this shit is crazy. It's not funny because, bro, these feeble-minded humans literally exist, and they breathe the same air as you and me, and they can vote. Like, this is crazy. Hold up. I found two. This is crazy, bro. We're gonna start with bro, though.
I still think he's innocent. And I don't know if I've ever really laid out my reasons why. But hear me out.
It's a 20-minute video.
All y'all that think he's guilty, I understand. And understand, I'm not even saying you're...
Why are you even trying to defend? Honestly, why are you even trying to defend a nigga that they claim that has been having sexual relations, aka graping this little... graping. It's not a sexual relation, whatever the fuck. He's graping this little girl. You hear me? He 20-something, she 13. Pulling her away from the parents, sending the money, grooming this little girl. This is a child, and you gonna hop on the internet and talking about some? I know it sound crazy, but nigga, what are we talking about, nigga? What she's missing? What? They found her. They found her in his car in the front of his Tesla, dead, decomposed. What? We're gonna give it a couple more seconds, bro, because this shit is what?
Wrong. All I'm literally saying is I haven't seen enough evidence.
She was in the front of this nigga's trunk. Like, it don't get no more like than that, bro. In a car that was registered to him currently. It don't get, and it's been sitting there for 3 months or a month, however long it was. Been missing. She been gone, and she was found in his car. Next, we're gonna go to the next video, bro. Boom. Let's see what she got to say. Yeah, this is crazy. They come on, bro.
So they saying Dv4d. I guess that's how you say his name. They saying he's innocent behind the.
Listen, you don't even know what's going on. Dv4d, David. You don't even know how to say nigga name. What are we talking about? No, bro.
Death of the young lady Celeste, and I just want to know what y'all think about that. I didn't really follow the case. I was hearing about what's going on. I believe the situation is crazy still, but y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think.
Okay.
The only thing that I have to say about the case and the whole situation is I believe the young lady was maybe like 15, 16.
15, and then this nigga's like this, bro. She was clearly 13. He don't know what the fuck. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. You have no information on this topic at hand, but you still gonna hop on the internet and then proceed to propagate some shit that's not true. I think she was 15. She died before the age of 14, brother. She was 13 years old and dead. You hear me? Died right before her birthday. You hear me? And he gonna age her up 2 years. I think she was 15, bro. You niggas, bro. Bro. Don't go to bro page and harass, bro. Fuck, bro. Fuck, we can go to Shorty. What's this saying on TikTok, yeah?
I've said this multiple times, and
no comments. Where's the dislike button
I will say
before
it again.
we get started?
Free David Dv4d.
Free David. This is crazy. It's like I can't make this shit up. We going bar for bar on this shit like these. And these the same niggas. These the same people that call you crazy for being like, bro. You just wanna, yeah, bro.
He's innocent. You know, it was an industry setup.
How was he innocent? Was you there? You sitting there with the little girl. You was with him when the girl went missing. How would you know? Industry setup. What industry setup? This is a card registered to his name, bro. When are we gonna start using our context clues? When we gonna start using our brains? But you know, I ain't gonna lie. IQ is hereditary, and I ain't gonna lie. For all the dog whistle racist people that's gonna come through here, I ain't gonna say just white folks. It's not white folks, not racist. But all the racist y'all means, he's black and I don't. This is not the channel for that, bro. Go somewhere else with that shit. On God. But the IQ is, hey, you can't fix stupid. On God. Dunning Kruger, nigga.
And you know, when I heard the ex-girlfriend explain herself, because that's what she was doing, she was explaining herself, while saying, I told him to explain himself. It's a very simple phrase, but it only,
even the dialogue or the word choice of words, the ex-girlfriend, like, this is crazy. This is not a boyfriend girlfriend thing. This is a little girl getting raped repeatedly by a grown-ass man. I can't make this shit up, bro, man. We finna go back to Travelor, bro. Oh, God, I can't make this shit up. It's gonna blow me, though. It's gonna piss me off. Overly piss me off. Overly pissed off. Overly heated.
I hope you find her. They're like, we're just trying to find her. He's like, I hope you find her. And a little bit creepy the way I says it, if I'm completely honest with you. So that was followed by a cross-examination from the defense. So they played the footage after the deputy DA, Beth Silverman, had kind of had her chance to speak to the officer, and then Blair Burke kind of stepped in. Basically said there was...
I can't take my mind off of this, but we just went back. Like, nigga, we're sharing the world with these people, and I promise you, if y'all don't start trying to educate yourselves and keep y'all head in the book, continue to learn over time, you're gonna turn into a caveman, bro. You have to know if you are functionally literate. Are you literate or are you functionally literate? Are you understanding what's being said to you? Are you metabolizing what's on the page that you just read? Like, can you remember what was the base underlying theme of the whole paragraph you just digested? Like, you hear me? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy as fuck.
And this is where it was interesting, because it was kind of like, okay, this looked pretty damning, but then the way that they attacked him and attacked the footage, it made you realize what a I don't want to say powerful. I don't know for sure if they're going to do a good job or pull this off. But what it did make me think was that David's defense team are very good at finding holes to pick apart little things that just make you kind of.
And it's like, bro, how do you even defend somebody like this, bro? Like wholeheartedly in your heart, knowing he killed that little girl.
In this interview where you told David outright she
and
was
go
13
home and go to sleep when you got
the cop
kids.
Admitted, I didn't inform David
Like,
she was 13, and they said, yeah,
I'm
David said
I'm not representing this nigga no more. He has to kick rocks on my mama.
Thought she was 18, and the cop said, yeah, I guess she's 13. And David said, oh, I heard people saying she was 13. I thought she told me she was 18. And the cop's like, yeah, I guess.
Even if you're hearing, brother, if you're hearing the people in your circle, your friend group, saying that this one girl that you might have a crush on is 13 fucking years old, first of all, we gotta reevaluate yourself. Why have you not peeped? Okay, benefit of the doubt. Okay, bro, you just didn't know from far away a distance. You ain't never talked. You ain't been able to pick her brain enough to realize she's 13, or maybe she look a little developed. I don't know. There's no fucking excuse. I don't know. But once you hear that shit, you should be booking it. You shouldn't be, nigga. I don't even want to talk. You should be turned off. Even if they crack a joke about that, I don't want to be here in the premises no more. I'm leaving. This is not even funny for you to be cracking pedophilia jokes about children, like dark humor, like you're weird, like. And if the people around you don't seem like they're joking and they seem serious, why would you then proceed to go, oh, I gotta find out myself? It's the nigga. I'm telling you, it's the nigga. Same niggas go, bullshit, coochie. Oh, she 14, I'm 14. Oh, you're a weirdo, bro. Take you to the back of the head and backyard. In GTA, bro.
It wasn't as firm as we thought it was going to be. It wasn't we came here and warned you, you better stop messing with this minor. It wasn't that. That's what we were led to believe before this came to trial, was that it was going to be, they warned him, they came to his crib, they warned him, they told him, you better not be messing with no minors.
So you want to puke.
That's not what we saw, honestly. That's just not what happened. It's still sus. I still think that he looked nervous, but it wasn't the firm warning like you were warned that we thought. He said, oh, she told me she was 18. They didn't really make it super duper clear to him, and I'm definitely not saying that there's any plausible denial.
On one hand, yeah, I heard she was 13, but then she told me she was 18. So, bro, you hear everybody around you, right? Multiple people around you, hey, bro, she's 13. And then you go run up on her to interact with her, and then when she tell you she 18, oh, it's cool. She told me she was 18. What do you? Everybody around this house, she's 13. She told me she was 18 though, so it's cool. It's because you want to deliberately ignore this shit because you're a pedophile, bro. You're a PDF-phile. Like, you're a weirdo. If you're trying to rationalize a 13-year-old or hearing that somebody's underage, it could be 15, 16, 17, underage. You hear me? If you're trying to rationalize why it's okay to still then talk to them. Because she said she lied to me, but I heard everybody else saying she's 13, though, but I ain't know. She lied. Like, bro, you're deplorable. Out back. 12 gauge. Oh, God. Like, what are we talking about? Like, this is crazy.
That he could have continued with what he was doing, but it wasn't as cut and dry. The cop said, look, David was cooperative, right? He was cooperative. He was volunteering information. He was helping. And the cop actually stopped him when he was trying to give more information. He was trying to say more stuff about her, and the cop was kind of like, we don't need all that info. And the cop would defend himself to Blair Burke, basically saying, yeah, well, we weren't actually there to investigate David, we had just responded to a request to search this property for Celeste. They weren't doing a full investigation into David. They were just looking for this girl, and they'd heard a tip that she was at that property. That was what little we got. And that was really interesting, because it made you think, well, if everybody's saying, oh, why didn't the cops do anything? It's kind of like they weren't full-blown looking at David at that time. It's all well and good to say, oh, well,
I mean, bro, I would have been on that nigga. On his fucking neck, foot on his neck.
Well, actually, when you look at the footage, it was a little bit.
What's this? What's that? What's this?
You would have thought. And they didn't really step in and stop what was going on. They didn't seem to have too much suspicion of David at the time. They said David was cooperative. They pointed out he provided Celeste's full name, her phone number. He admitted that he spoke to the Riverside officer on the phone. He admitted that he'd met her. He admitted that they was talking, and that he thought she was 18. And they basically said that David wanted to tell this Hollywood cop what the Riverside cop had said to him on the phone call. And he said, well, I'm not here for that. He said he wasn't interested, didn't want to know, didn't want to hear it. He said he wasn't investigating that. And basically admitted that David said the verbatim, Ian, we saw it in the footage, she told me she was 18.
Evidence.
You know,
God, it's all
they
evidence.
said, they basically said, look, you asked David, does she look 13? And David basically kind of, didn't really.
Did she look
give an
13?
answer. He sort of was like, didn't. as far as
Yeah,
I'm aware,
actually, she did look 13. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. Bro, this little girl looks 13, bro. There's not a single wrinkle in her forehead, bro. There's not a singular wrinkle in her forehead, dude. It's crazy. It's not a single wrinkle in her forehead, bro. This looks like a little girl, dude. A little child, dude. A child, dude. Tragic, bro. Grown that man. You can see the hold up, bro. Let me move my face real quick. Alright, boom. You can see the wear and tear on his face. The wear and tear under his eyes. Right here. Wear and tear under his nose. You know what I'm saying? Just the way his face is just worn over time. Like, you know what I'm saying? He tried to shave his face. He got hair on his face. He's clearly older. This little girl don't got that. But look, this is Predator David. He trying to look younger than what he is. You hear me? It's weird, dude. Bro need his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? In GTA, man, I don't encourage bullying. But yeah, they gonna do something to this, man. You hear me? Not gonna get back to it, dude.
it wasn't clear from the video, but basically David's lawyer kind of inferred that, you know, the reason you asked David, does she look 13, is because you were unsure. If you were so sure, and I'm not agreeing with this, by the way, this is just the defense they're pulling, but it's like, if you're so sure that she looked 13 underage, why are you asking this guy if she looks 13?
I mean, bro, that's a, I don't know. Hey, listen, we record that shit with raised, because that we just want to know if she look 13. I don't know, like, the question. Yeah, she looks 13. Like, fuck.
It's an interesting angle.
And if you can't answer, like, I don't know, that's weird.
I don't think that David should have, you know, slipped away with any of that. But
yeah, bro.
Honestly, it was a very, very interesting tactic. It was very tense.
He's cooked.
Back and forth in the courtroom, and the Bodycam footage was just crazy to actually witness.
Yeah, she
that.
looks 13.
So from there, basically there was a little bit of back and forth. There was a little bit of objection. The judge wouldn't let Beth ask the cop if he thought David was being truthful. That was overruled. The cop basically said that in his opinion, David seemed like he was being truthful and he was honest about other things. Like he said, oh, there's beer in the fridge, there's alcohol here. And the cop said he was saying all these things that reeked of honesty. It was just surprising. So Beth Silverman would ask if David, so it kind of went back to her to ask questions. She would ask if David admitted that he had had a sexual relationship with.
This is why you gotta really, like, take your decision making skills seriously. Like, take your life serious, bro, because it was no reason for him to go and kill this girl. But he already had an issue with him being a pedophile. So, like, it was already over. There's nothing he could have did in this situation to stop it. Why he went and killed her, don't know, but it really do seem like he already had that planned out, like, from the beginning.
With Celeste, Blair objected to this, and a judge said, oh, it's relevant. Of course it's relevant. Like, of course that's relevant. Everyone in the courtroom kind of laughed a little bit. It was kind of like, you know, hey, bro, how are you going to object to that? Like, judge was like, yo, this overly relevant, whether or not he'd had an sexual relationship with Celeste. And basically, you know, he didn't in that interview, right? So they basically asked if David said that he'd gone and picked up Celeste before. The judge disallowed that. And then
Why? I don't know. I don't know how court just truly works, but why would the judge disallow me to ask you, have you ever picked her up before? I'm trying to paint the picture, bro. The fuck you, like, yeah, he goes and picks up little girls.
And
He's
Beth
a
kind of
weirdo.
rested her case. So she was kind of she tried to ask him, oh, did David tell you that he had gone and picked up Celeste from her property? So this was, just so you understand, this was in response to basically imagine Blair Burke's got the guy up there and he's saying, well, David was truthful, he was honest, he said there was beer in the fridge, he said the girl's name, he showed a picture of her, he was being honest. And then when Beth Silverman was up, she was basically like, you really think David was being truthful? And then the judge is like, kind of interjects, and he's like, in your opinion, do you think he was being truthful? And he's like, well, he's being truthful about beer in the fridge. And then was kind of like, Was he being truthful about him going to pick her up from Lake Elsinore in his Tesla? Was he being honest about the sexual? So that's where Blair Burke's little argument of David was so truthful, talking about
My bad. Had to shake back my kitty trying to get in here.
argument of David was so truthful, talking about beer in the fridge, completely fell apart.
Yeah,
So
bro, what the
that
I
was
don't care about
followed
the
by
beer in your
testimony
refrigerator.
from
We're
the
here
other
for a dead
detective.
little
I've
girl.
been talking for
Weird
40
dude.
minutes, God damn it, about this. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna make another video
Okay.
about the second part of the testimony.
Well, I guess that's the end of the video, dude. You know, Trap Lord Ross. You know what I'm saying? Trap Boy Ross here. Via title. The name of the video. My bad. David Bodycam footage was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we come with some more stuff, man. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all didn't already. And I will catch y'all in the next one, dude. I'm out.